So the last class we were discussing about quasi-experimental design. In this class, we'll start off with the advantages and disadvantages of quasi-experimental design. Then we'll move on to pre-experimental design. Now coming to advantages, these are advantages of quasi-experimental design. So one of the biggest advantage is that whenever you have a situation where you cannot randomize or it is either impractical or it is unethical, वहाँ पर quasi experimental design बहुत अच्छा काम कर दे. Let's suppose you already have a set of patients who you need to give a drug. You cannot randomize among them in the sense that let's suppose you cannot introduce patients who maybe do not have the chronic stage of the disease, but they might have the disease. So you cannot pick and choose what patients. It will be kind of unethical in a way, or you can have other unethical scenarios as well. Okay, when you have to avoid randomization altogether. वो situations में quasi experimental बहुत अच्छा रहता, and it is in general easier to set up than through experimental design. It will minimize the threat to any external validity because neutral environments will not suffer the same problem that lab based environment will suffer. आप lab में जैसा environment create करते हो for through experimental design, that that will have a certain set of disadvantages to it. ठीक है, you will be limited to the confines of the lab. You can only do so much inside the lab. Quasi experimental design generally occur in a natural setting. ठीक है, so you might not have to introduce as many artificial variables and you do not have to change a lot. ठीक है, अगर आप कुछ देखना चाह रहे तो now, because they are done in a natural setting, the findings of one experiment can be applied to another as well, okay, allowing for generalization. The biggest disadvantage for this quasi-experimental design will be that its results are not as accurate. Disadvantage. Okay. Now, because there is no randomization. अगर आप randomization introduce कर रहे हो तो control group नहीं रख सकते. Control group रख रहे हो तो randomization नहीं रख सकते. There'll always be manipulation, but there'll be either randomization or control. You cannot have both. Because of it, what happens is you cannot exactly perform statistical tests for these quasi-experimental design. Meaning, see, your results will not be as accurate. Okay, and the researcher has very little control over the research altogether. Okay, there is possibility for selection bias as well. You might be cherry picking in the sense that you might pick one scenario over the other, or you might pick one patient over the other, because there is lack of randomization in certain scenarios, and being the disadvantage in certain instances that can lead to bias. It can lead to partiality, meaning you might know that okay, this subject or this what do you call person might give me this answer, or this subject might give me this result in the end of the research. So you might select it, you might be biased towards it. You want a particular type of result, so you are selecting that type of people. So that might lead to selection bias. That might not give you a proper concrete result. Okay, and results are less reliable. You will not be able to establish a proper relationship between dependent and independent variables as well. Okay? Because there is a lack of control group, that relationship, the causal relationship between dependent and independent group, you will not be able to tell key only because of that independent variable, the dependent variable got affected. Because you are not introducing a control group, यहाँ पर क्या होता, that dependent variable might have changed because of the independent variable, or it might have changed because of some other reason as well. आप clearly they define कर सकते that causal relationship, whether the independent variable caused a change in the dependent variable or not. So those are some of the disadvantages of quasi-experimental design. Now we come to pre-experimental design. Now, as the name suggests, pre-experimental design is a type of design where you are doing it before true experimental design. Okay, think of it like pilot studies. Okay. Now, this research will lack control group altogether. There is no control group for extraneous factor by randomization. You are not selecting any control group at all. There is only, more often than not, there is only a single group of participants. Hence, there will be no comparison between control group and this thing, मतलब आप treatment and control group को ऐसा compare नहीं कर सकते. There are a few advantages to this as well. Pre-experimental design कब कर सकते हैं आप? We'll discuss that. This is the simplest form of research design. Okay, it is simple to set up and it is simple to perform as well, and it will serve as a good basis as such. Before you do any proper experiment, pre-experimental design can serve as a pilot study या आपको introductory course के वैसा use कर सकते हैं pre-experimental design, so that you can just run some basic form of that research and know whether that particular research that you are thinking of can be performed or not. Okay, those are pre-experimental designs. Now coming to the types, the first one is called one-shot case study. Study design. This is also called after-only design. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसमें होता क्या? Now, some type of treatment is arranged such that, let's suppose, a semester of college work experience. Example, you are आप एक set of students ले रहे and उनके अंदर you want to see improvement in grades after they are performing maybe one semester of college work. क्योंकि कोई college work experience जो है वो उनको दे रहे आप, and you want to find out whether or not it is improving their grades. Once you are applying that college work, you measure the outcome. Okay, the goal is to determine the effect of the treatment on the outcome. Okay, so यहाँ पर treatment will be subjecting them to the college work experience. So it can be anything. It can be library experience. It can be something practical. So for you, your scenario would be, अब जैसा आप hospital में जाके, for nurses, you go to a hospital and you learn practical things. Okay, several things that you study in theory might be taught in practical. Several things that have not been taught in theory might be taught to you in practical. Okay, so you are essentially measuring what will be the impact of that practical training on a student and the grades of that student specifically. Is it increasing, decreasing? Are those grades remaining the same? What is happening? Now the problem is that it is impossible to determine difference in outcome scores between a group with and without treatment because there is no control group. इसका मतलब क्या है? For example, in a single class, let's suppose 4th year BSc students ले रहे हैं and you're sending all of them to practical training. Obviously, throughout the year, you'll be sending all of them to training, and the exam generally be conducted after the training. मतलब यहाँ पर आपके पास कोई और control group है नहीं जिससे compare कर सकते हैं आप. Meaning you do not have any set of students who are attempting to write the same exam but have not undergone that practical training because it is a mandatory training for you. Right? So यहाँ पर you will definitely see all the students who have been subjected to that treatment. Now in this scenario, the treatment will be that experience. Okay. Now in this design, a single group of test units are exposed to the treatment. Okay. Here I'm giving you an example of college students. It can be any. Let's suppose it is a group of patients in whom you are testing one particular drug and you are seeing the improvement in their well-being or you are seeing improvement in their condition. अब यहाँ पर आप एक ही group select कर रहे हैं and they are exposed to a treatment X. There will be only a single measurement on dependent variable. Okay, meaning there is only one single observation that is taken. Okay, the problem will be in this design is that because there is no control, उसकी scientific value उतनी नहीं रहती. Okay, you cannot statistically prove whether what you are seeing is because of the training or the treatment altogether. I'll give you another example. Let's suppose there is something called heuristic method of learning. Heuristic learning. Okay? Heuristic method of learning. Heuristic method of learning is a method in which you ask the student to discover the answer. In the sense that आप क्या करते हैं? You will not teach them. So let's suppose I take all of you to a library and I pose you a question. Find out and explain about pre-experimental design within 1 hour. Okay? And I set you up towards the library. So it is up to you to go through the material, summarize the data, and answer it to me within 1 hour. Or let's suppose I give you 1 day. Matlab, it is completely up to you. I'm not teaching you anything about pre-experimental design. Example, ठीक है, you as a set of students have been left alone to find out the answer yourself. I'm only posing the question. That is heuristic method of learning. ठीक है, अब मेरे एक्सपेरिमेंट में लेट्स सपोज आई परफॉर्म अ वन शॉट केस स्टडी डिजाइन इन दैट सिनेरियो. तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं कंट्रोल ग्रुप ले लेता हूँ. आई टेक अ ग्रुप ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, लेट्स सपोज देयर आर 20 स्टूडेंट्स. मैं क्या करता हूँ, लोग को लेट्स सपोज ऑन मंडे मॉर्निंग आई एम टेकिंग देम टू a particular library and I pose the question to them, and after giving the treatment. So in this scenario, the treatment will be heuristic method of learning, meaning I will set them up in a library and I'll tell them to learn. That is their treatment. Okay, so going to the library will be the treatment in this scenario. And what I will do is the next day, let's suppose on Tuesday, let's suppose I test them. Okay, I give them a test on that particular thing. It can be a test, it can be a presentation, whatever it is. I'm just assessing whether or not they have gained enough knowledge on pre-experimental design through heuristic method of learning. ठीक है, मैं एक experiment run कर रहा हूँ जहाँ पर I am trying to find out whether that learning is because of they are learning anything altogether because of this experiment, because of this method of learning. यहाँ पर बड़ा disadvantage क्या है, that see, you are subjecting all the students to that same learning method. Some students might not be able to learn that way. There can be a difference in intelligence level in each student. या फिर क्या बोलते हैं, दूसरे फैक्टर्स भी रह सकते हैं. Maybe some students have a health problem. Maybe some students have some other duty to perform, and they might not be able to, sit into a library for hours together and study. So there can be several external variables which might affect your outcome. अब आउटकम या टेस्ट जो है उसमें आपको आउट ऑफ 20 स्टूडेंट्स, लेट्स सपोज 10 performed well and 10 did not perform well. Now you cannot tell that those 10 which did not perform well was specifically because of they were not able to learn because of a lack in heuristic. जो treatment में problem है बल्कि नहीं बोल सकते. You cannot exactly put a causal relationship यहाँ पर. It could be anything. Or the 10 people who did learn, it could be that they are just smarter. Or it could be that they went on to YouTube and saw a lecture. वैसा भी हो सकता है. There are several external factors that you cannot control in this. That is one of the biggest disadvantages of after-only design. You are only subjecting them to a treatment without taking into consideration extraneous variables, okay, other variables. Then there is something else on the type of study design. We'll use that same learning experience in this one as well. It will be easier. तो आफ्टर ओनली डिजाइन एक और है, वन ग्रुप प्री पोस्ट टेस्ट डिजाइन. ठीक है, now this is slightly better than the first. इसमें क्या कर रहे हैं, you are performing a pre-test and a post-test on the same group. Meaning, let's suppose आपको मैं क्या करता हूँ, for example, I'll tell you something about a topic that you already know. Let's suppose I give you one topic from your MSN1. MSN1 आप second year में पढ़ लिए, so it is already a certain topic that you are familiar with. Okay, you have some knowledge about it. तो मैं क्या करता हूँ, आप लोगों को पहले एक प्री टेस्ट देता हूँ. ठीक है, before performing the treatment or before performing that intervention, what I will do is I will take one observation, and that one observation will be a test, a pre-test that I am giving you. उसके बाद मैं क्या करता हूँ, I'll pose that same problem to you. Let's suppose that problem or that test was on Parkinson's disease. ठीक है, example. मैं Parkinson's disease पे, before letting you read all together, let's suppose I randomly call you one day to my office and I ask you write a test on Parkinson's disease. I give you some 10 questionnaire and that is the pre-test. Okay. Once I have done that, I'll ask all of you or those 10 people who have come to the room to go to a library and read by yourself. I will not teach them anything about Parkinson's disease. So I'm using the same heuristic method of learning. And once I perform that treatment, ठीक है, यहाँ पर मेरे पास एक baseline है compare करने के लिए. I know before learning they have these are their scores. I let them learn themselves. So that will be the treatment. ठीक है, heuristic method of learning. उसके बाद मैं फिर से एक टेस्ट लगाता हूँ. Next day I'm again asking them to come and write the test. ठीक है, one group. Now what they will do is, यहाँ पर आप compare कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर दो ग्रुप्स हैं. instead of one you have two groups in this scenario. आप एक group को, so let's suppose I have 10 students, 10 students and 10 students. Okay, I'm asking all the 20 of them to come to my room first and I'm making them write the test. After that, I have certain results of 20 students. एक group को, this one group, what I will do is, I will ask them to go to a library and learn by themselves. Okay? Versus to the other group, I will teach them. Okay? I will teach them about Parkinson's disease, or I'll use some other method to make sure that they are learning about Parkinson's disease. The next day, I will subject both of those groups again to the same test. That will be my observation too. अब यहाँ पर क्या होता है, one group is getting the treatment, ठीक है, and other group is not. Right? The experimental treatment जो है, अब यहाँ पर my treatment will be that learning method. Heuristic method से आप learn कर रहे हैं या conventional method से learn कर रहे हैं. Conventional will be me teaching you. ठीक है. Now post treatment measures can be compared. So which students perform better? जो क्या बोलते हैं, जिनको conventionally पढ़ाए या जो खुद से पढ़े, वो ज़्यादा अच्छा perform करे, या you can compare the results at that. This makes it slightly better than the first one. Okay. Because you have pre-test, post-test, and you can compare. Then we have something called static group design. So you can feel free to stop me at any time if you're not understanding, or if you want me to explain again anything. Okay. Now, next one will be static group design or static group comparison. Now, in this, what you do is two groups are chosen, one of which will receive a treatment, because the other does not receive the treatment, and post-test scores are determined. So, in this, आप क्या कर रहे हो? You are taking two groups, you are giving treatment to one of them, and you are not giving treatment to another. Let's suppose you are giving some special treatment, or let's suppose there is a bunch of cancer patients. Okay, who are already on a certain drug. Let's suppose they are on drug A, and you want to try to find out the efficacy or the effect of one special drug. Let's suppose there is an experimental drug B. आप क्या करते हैं? You take a group of a big group of patients, cancer patients, who have already been on A, and you divide them into two small groups. Okay, let's suppose group 1 and group 2. Group 1 में आप कुछ भी नहीं देते. They are already taking A. Okay, all of them are taking A. But in group 2, you add B. Okay. Let's suppose you are adding the experimental treatment in them. Now, a post-test score is then used to determine and measure the difference after treatment between the two groups. Once you have given the treatment, you are post-testing. यहाँ पर कोई pre-test नहीं है. ठीक है. You are not seeing the lab values. You are not seeing anything before giving B. You already know that the patient is on drug A. All the patients are on drug A. अब क्या कर रहे हैं? एक छोटा ग्रुप आइसोलेट करके वो छोटे ग्रुप में you are giving an experimental treatment, and after that you are testing all of them, okay, to see the effects of B on the patient. Okay, one group is exposed to treatment, the other is not. The results are tested while control group is not exposed to the treatment. Okay, so what will happen is X, O1 and O2. One second. You are giving the treatment and you are observing one. ठीक है. एक और कंट्रोल ग्रुप को आप ट्रीटमेंट नहीं दे रहे बट ऑब्जर्व कर रहे. ठीक है. They are all patients. Let's suppose there are 20 patients in total. All of them are on drug A, one cancer drug A. ठीक है. They have the same type of cancer. They are roughly of the same age. Let's suppose I make sure that more or less most of them are the same. Let's suppose there are 20 females who have breast cancer, and all of them are in stage 3. Example. ठीक है. It will be hard to acquire them, but let's suppose I am able to do that. And all of them are on drug A. अब मैं क्या करता हूँ? I am introducing a experimental drug which is drug B in only 10 patients. I'm not pre-testing them. Before giving B, I'm not seeing what is their condition. I will take 10 people out of these, 10 isme, okay? And I will give B along with A. Okay, I'm not stopping A. I will give B along with A in one of those groups, and I will see the result of B after a few days. Maybe I'll give the drug for 1 week and I see the results in both of them. Okay. So I'll be able to compare how is the improvement in those 10 patients who have received an additional drug compared to those people who have already been receiving the old treatment. तो नए ड्रग का इफेक्ट क्या है, बेनिफिशियल है, हार्मफुल है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा, क्या हो रहा, I'll be able to find out. That is static group comparison. ठीक है. Then we have another test, the experimental design. This is called alternative treatment, post test only, with non-equivalent group design. ठीक है. इसमें क्या करते हैं आप, you are taking two groups and you are alternating their treatment. ठीक है. This is a two group design where first group is administered the first treatment, second group is administered another treatment. Okay. So again, in the same scenario, let's suppose I have cancer patients. Okay. Let's suppose I have colon cancer patients. Okay. मैं group A को और group 1 को I am giving treatment 1. Okay. And I am giving treatment 2, group 2 to treatment 2. And after that I observe post test only. Only after giving the treatment I'll measure what is their improvement. Okay, I will not see what is happening to them. I'll see. Okay, after giving the treatment, I'll not see what was their condition before giving the treatment. Okay, now measurements are done only after the treatment. Test units are not assigned at random to specifically select people, and you will give the treatment. यहाँ पर randomization नहीं है. So once again, what I am doing is I have two groups. Both of those two groups are given two different types of treatment. Now, ये दोनों treatment जो है, both of them are used for colon cancer. It is just that they are two different drugs. I am seeing the efficacy of drug 1 compared to drug 2. ठीक है? उस एक बार drug देने के बाद I am doing a post test. So let's suppose after giving the drug for 1 week or 1 month or something, I perform a test in them and see what is their condition in group 1 and group 2, what is happening to them. So those are the four main types of pre-experimental designs. Okay. Now there are a few strengths and weaknesses to both of them, disadvantages to them. Pre-experimental design. First of all, coming to strengths, this is a preparatory kind of experimental design. ठीक है, pre-experimental design जो है, it can serve as a prerequisite. ठीक है, आप जो conditions से experiment कर रहे हैं, वो conditions if they work out, you can proceed to true experimental design. Okay, if they fail, let's suppose because you are not including any pre-test, you are not including any control groups. More often than not, you will not include comparison groups. Sometimes you will, sometimes you will not. Okay, and sometimes combination of both, meaning you are not doing pre-test, you are not including control group, or you are not including pre-test and you are not comparing altogether and control group nahi la rahe. So अलग-अलग combinations पे you are limiting it to a very small population, which you have not randomized altogether. There is no randomization altogether. You are specifically looking for a condition in a certain set of patients. अगर उसमें आपका experiment काम कर गया, you'll be able to proceed to a true experimental design. Maybe you'll be able to expand the number of patients and you'll be able to, extrapolate the results to a larger population. And this is the simplest form of research altogether. It can be very conveniently done in natural settings. You do not need to make a lot of complex things, or you not need to get a lot of resources altogether. Now, because they are so random, यहाँ पर बहुत सारे limitations है इसको, क्योंकि आप क्या कर रहे हैं, आप कंट्रोल ग्रुप नहीं ऐड कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर प्री टेस्ट नहीं कर रहे, कभी-कभी पोस्ट टेस्ट कर रहे, समटाइम्स यू आर नॉट कंपेयरिंग, इसके स्टैटिस्टिकल रिजल्ट्स जो है उतने वैलिड नहीं रहते. दैट इज व्हाई यू नीड टू डू अ ट्रू एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन. It is impossible to prove or disprove any hypothesis or give any explanation based on a pre-experimental design, because it is kind of lacking information. It is not going into detail. It is only showing a small method. Okay, छोटे population पे you are doing in a very limited scenario, you are performing the experiment. Okay, and it is subject to several threats to validity, because several variables can affect that particular treatment and that particular subject. Other than the independent variable altogether, there can be several variables that can affect that group of patients or the patient altogether. Okay, those are some of the limits. एंड जनरली स्पीकिंग प्री टेस्ट में नंबर भी बहुत छोटा रहता, जो जो नंबर ऑफ पेशेंट्स रहते वो बहुत छोटा रहता कंपेयर्ड टू ट्रू एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन. So it is hard to prove anything or disprove anything altogether. ठीक है. Let's suppose I am telling that drug A is giving certain effect. It is giving an effect better than B. ये मैं prove नहीं कर सकता the experimental design में. I can lean towards it. I can say that see in a certain population, if I perform a pre-experimental design, I am finding that A is better than B or B is better than A. Later on, I can do a true experimental design where I might be able to prove it, I might not be able to prove it, I might be able to disprove it. तो वहां पर एक limitation है pre-experimental design. So that completes our experimental designs. I'll start non-experimental design. So in the afternoon, now one thing I wanted to discuss with you all. आप लोगों को afternoon